What's good? What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another movie review. I said I was going to eventually start doing stuff like this anyway, ever since I did Tales from the Hood 3 around last year. So we about to jump right into this. I just got back from seeing the movie Godzilla vs. King Kong not too long ago with my homeboy. We had a blast, man. We had a blast. The action sequences were on point like a mug. I got to get them a 10 out of 10. Now, as far as humans, we already know when you're going to see like giant monster movies, people don't too much care about, humans or nothing like that, like the drama and shit. So we're not going to score that. But as far as like them just focusing entirely on these two giants right here, they nailed it, man. So I got to get a perfect 10 for making sure these two guys got enough screen time and all the times they fought, and also when they fought the other monster, Godzilla, everything was on point. So anyway, I want to get to the beginning of the film. So yeah, jumping into the movie, you know what I'm saying? We already know it was going to start off slow. The first shot they did with King Kong, he was on his island, and when he got up and stuff, one thing me and my homeboy noticed, he got the scratch in his ass. So that kind of made us cringe a little bit. Like, I understand it was trying to add some humor and stuff, to the first little part of the movie. But what made it so funny was how the way, my homeboy was looking for it. No, that wasn't the only cringy moment in the movie, besides what King Kong did, but with other humans too. We're not going to get on that. But again, I just really want to focus, on like how much time they really spent on these guys. Like, y'all got to understand, like, Godzilla and King Kong are like literally icons of the whole, giant movie monster whole thing. I know King Kong came out first before Godzilla. He been out since the 30s. Godzilla came out in the 50s. And of course, going into this film, I was Team Godzilla from the jump. No offense, King Kong. I'm gonna get to like all the stuff you did. I never noticed they had the scratch mark on it. That's tight. But I'm gonna put it in the camera. They actually had like his details on his toy. If you could see it from when he got scratched by Godzilla and stuff, or was it from the other movies? I don't know. But I've always been a Team Godzilla fan for as far as I can remember. I used to watch, like my dad was like the main person that got me into watching Godzilla movies and stuff. So we've always been Team Godzilla. Now my mom and them, on the other hand, they was King Kong. I can kind of understand the reason why they was King Kong fans, because I don't think they've seen that many Godzilla movies like that. Like, I've damn near seen every Godzilla movie that ever came out. Because we all know the old Godzilla movies from back then was just guys in rubber suits. So a lot of people couldn't really take no movie seriously. I'll get that, but it's just the fact, like, it's just something about, seeing this, this creature, just fight against other monsters. Like, forget about the whole aspect of guys being in rubber suits. It's just the fact, like you gotta look at all the things on Godzilla that make him iconic. These dorsal plates, his roar. He probably has the most iconic roar in cinema history. Let alone just from you hearing that gonna send goosebumps up your spine. And another thing they did good with him too was how the way his lighting effects on his body was when he was like lighting up his atomic breath. Like, they did a good ass job on that part. Like, I swear, like, just seeing him rising from like the sea and his body lighting up blue, like, bro, like, I was getting goosebumps from seeing that, bro. But let's take a little time off of Godzilla right quick and concentrate on this guy. King Kong, you got them hands, my nigga. Like, real talk. You got them hands. You know what I'm saying? He fights like an actual fighter. Like he's should belong in a UFC or something like that. Look at Godzilla hands just on these toy figures compared to King Kong hands. Dinosaurs have always been, depicted, as having small arms. So of course Godzilla wasn't gonna be able to do nothing with these big ass arms. All Godzilla at the most can do is scratch him, which of course he was doing, and bite his ass. He was doing that too, no pause. But King Kong, that boy was throwing hands, bro. Like, he gave Godzilla so many face shots throughout the whole film, it was crazy. And he also drop kicked him a couple of times. So you got to give him his points. But I know the real question y'all probably are waiting on for y'all who ever seen it yet is, who was the one that came out as the victor in the end? I'm pretty sure that wasn't a surprise. Not trying to dish you, King Kong. My guy right here to the left. They fought a total of 3 times in the movie. The first time was on the ship. And some people might say it was a draw because they was fighting, in the middle of the sea. And that's Godzilla's territory. So, of course, King Kong, he didn't stand a chance, fighting him, on the sea. He was able to still get some licks off of Godzilla, but the moment he got to pulling him further into the water and kept biting him and shit, King Kong had to get up. Like, he damn near died. So sad to say, King Kong lost the first round. I mean, yeah, he lost the first one, I'm sorry. But the moment they got back in the city toward the end of the movie and they got to fight again, that's when shit really got real. And, once he got that axe, I ain't gonna lie, he was putting them things on my boy, like literally, he was putting them things on him, man. He was able to hit him so hard with the axe and knocked him into a building. He was out for a little bit. Like, even some of the human characters, like, I guess this round goes to King Kong. So round 2, most definitely went to you, my guy. Now, the moment Godzilla got back up off them rocks, it was a done deal. Them niggas really got furious with each other. And by this point, they was already starting to get tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the fight was just so on point once they got to the city, bro. Like, not to say the ship part was good either. I still enjoyed that, but they showed it too much in the trailer. So we already knew what to expect once they got the first fight on the ship. We knew King Kong was going to punch him first. God, woo-woo. But the moment they got in the city, that's when shit really got real, bro. Like, they just crashed into each other. Godzilla, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, he got them small-ass arms, so he used the fuck out of his atomic breath, too. Like, I've never seen Godzilla use his atomic breath that many times in the movie before. Like, that nigga was lighting some shit up. But King Kong was able to dodge it. Sad to say, he did get hit by one of them, but he didn't back down. Like, you got to give it to King Kong. He's a fighter. As much damage as he kept taking, from getting bit, he kept on getting up. But anyway, to get back on, like, how Godzilla won. So, yeah, once they got into that third fight, you know what I'm saying? Godzilla, he kept stumping him, and King Kong was trying to get away from, like, them feet. But the moment Godzilla got to scratching at my man's stomach and stumped him again, it was over. He couldn't get back up, man. Like, he couldn't get back up. And I love how the way when Godzilla got in his man's face and he did his iconic roar, of course, because he was letting him know, like, dude, sit down. You beat. Like, it ain't nothing else you can do. And King Kong, bro, he roared back at him, and I kind of felt bad for him. It almost seemed like a little kid, that felt defeated, you know what I'm saying, from getting beat up by somebody. Like, I felt bad, but by the end of the day, despite how they was trying to make Godzilla in the trailer, it ain't like Godzilla really wanted to kill him, because he could have really killed King Kong if he wanted to, but he didn't. He was really after, the shit that was occurring at the Apex organization, which was, of course, Mechagodzilla. We about to get to him in a second. I wish I would have found the toy early at the store, but it's good. But yeah, so after Godzilla, you know what I'm saying, got that win over King Kong, he was down for like the next 10 minutes. So there it goes right there for y'all that want to know who won all them rounds. Godzilla won 2 rounds, King Kong, he won 1. He was down after Godzilla put his foot down and roared at him. That was it. So anyway, on to the next fight, Mechagodzilla comes out. Now, for long-time Godzilla fans, people already know that Mechagodzilla has damn near killed Godzilla before in some of the older films. When they first fought in the 1975, I think they came in 1975, when they first fought, he damn near had this nigga in a blood fest, And then, of course, when he fought him again in the Heisei area, I think I'm pronouncing it right, he actually killed him in there, but Rodan was able to, sacrifice so much energy into him to help him get back up and defeat Mechagodzilla. And even in the Millennium series, Godzilla was having some problems with Mechagodzilla. So Mechagodzilla kind of like King Ghidorah, like them two has kind of always been like Godzilla's strongest foes. But how the way they did him, bro, the moment they let this nigga out and he got to instantly fight Godzilla, I felt bad for him. My man was getting his ass whooped, bro. Like, he got kicked in the face. He got uppercutted. Kept on getting thrown against buildings. He kept on getting dragged. Like, they have to do Godzilla like that. But I think they did that, especially seeing that he was the winner between him and Kong. They probably was like, shit, we got to let Godzilla get fucked up a little bit so we can make it a little fair. But he couldn't do nothing against Mechagodzilla, man. My man was just getting dragged, like slammed against walls, kicked, like even got hit by Mechagodzilla's beam. Godzilla got fucked up, bro. But luckily, they was able to revive King Kong. He helped out. At first, he was kind of getting a little beat up too by Mechagodzilla, but they ended up working together. Godzilla ended up charging his atomic breath to his axe, and that's how they was able to defeat Mechagodzilla. So yeah, by the end of it all, the score I would give it, because the score I basically gave was just like the stuff all the way toward the end. We already know like as John Monster fans or any type of action movie, we know when it gets toward the ends when all the good shit gonna start happening. But overall, as far as like as a whole monster movie, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 5. You know, I remember when I saw King of the Monsters back in 2019, I really enjoyed that, but you know, it didn't really do too good at the box office. But I still enjoyed it. But what made this film a much better improvement over the other movies in the MonsterVerse is that they fought in day and night. I like that. They didn't, because, and got like King Kong's movie, he fought his foes at night. And then the last fight with the big skull crawler, he fought him in a day. Godzilla movies, he was always fighting his people at night, so we couldn't hardly see everything. So finally seeing Godzilla fight in the day was most definitely a perfect 10 for me. You know, it was kind of hard to see what was going on when you was watching the other movies with him at night. You know, but yeah, like I really enjoyed this movie. Like I really did, man. Like the action was on point. You know, and of course we didn't want to see none of these two guys die. Yeah, I might be more of a Godzilla fan than a King Kong fan, but that's not to say that he can hold his own. Because again, Godzilla couldn't do nothing with this boy when he was punching and kicking him. Again, look at Godzilla arms. They're smaller than King Kong's. You know, Godzilla has a tail. That's basically his biggest advantage. He can bite, and then he got his atomic breath. King Kong is an all-around fighter. So yeah, I enjoyed it, man. Like, I had a good time. You know, me and my boy, we had a blast seeing it, bro. Like, good movie, man. 8 out of 5 for me. So, anybody that hasn't seen it yet or is planning on seeing it, you won't be disappointed. You know, hopefully they continue to make more giant monster films in that MonsterVerse that they doing. I just don't know what they'll probably do next with these two, because they was trying to like make movies of some of the other monsters from Toho, like Rodan and all them. But excuse me, we'll see where that goes from here. But I'm gonna just end the video off like this. Go see it. You won't be disappointed. See y'all.